Hey, what's going on, good people? Today, I just wanted to make a little short video on the subject of what libertarian socialism is, or at least what it means to me. Because there's a lot of confusion out there, a lot of misunderstandings that I'm seeing more and more, you know, as I peruse the the interwebs and YouTube and Twitter and all that. People ask, what is libertarian socialism anyway? Isn't that just like an oxymoron? Because what they do, they have these assumptions in their mind that they go to the furthest reaches of what each word could possibly mean. Like libertarian, they think, oh God, ANCAPers and Ayn Rand and this, that, and the other. Then socialism, they think centrally commanded economies and Stalin's ahead of it and all that shit. So to them, when they have that kind of really reductive understanding, it's going to seem like an oxymoron. But when in fact, libertarian can mean quite a few things. Socialism could mean quite a few things. So people like myself, and I do consider myself more or less a libertarian socialist, though I try not to be an absolutist in how I define where I am politically or philosophically. But I came up with a rather, at least I think it's a rather decent description. I'm not saying it's like an official definition. I'm not a definition king, but the description for what the philosophy of libertarian socialism is all about is pretty much this. It's a philosophy that advocates for the greatest personal liberties possible whilst ensuring that there are mechanisms in place to keep power from concentrating into the hands of a relative economic or political few. And I think that pretty much sums it up. It distinguishes itself from the authoritarian or centralized command economy style, classic understood USSR style socialism, and it also understands that there needs to be mechanisms in place. Either they're governmental mechanisms or they're societal mechanisms. Other mechanisms could be possible as well, like community-based mechanisms. Because I don't like the idea of power concentrating in the hands of a relative few, either politically or economically, because that just creates great imbalances of power in society, which leads to not too not too pleasant outcomes. You know what I mean? Overall. So we find ways and have ways to balance that out through, say, requiring by law companies over 500 employees or to be co-determinants at least. Try to advocate for cooperatives. Trying to make sure that the governance that we do have is transparent, that it's open to be criticized. Anyone can run for office if they're a citizen. Things of that nature to help to lower the risk of power concentrating into the hands of a relative few while maintaining as many personal liberties and freedoms as possible. You know, marry who you want to marry, smoke what you want to smoke, things like that. You know, to make sure you got the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You know, so you can't get shut down by the state just because you said something that people who are in power or elected don't like at that particular moment. Things like that. So hopefully, now that you heard my take on it, hopefully it makes a good deal more sense. But if you disagree, hey, just let me know down below in the comment section. That's what I'm here for. I just put this stuff out there, and you know, maybe there's something I'm missing, maybe there's not. I don't know. But either way, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you around.